Hello. This is AJT500 slash Talented Track 98 slash Heloise Wonderwise slash Helo slash Ross's Cake Heart. And this is the Helogs for July 2026. If you're new to this series, this is my candid talking section that I have every month, where I pretty much just go over what went on with the gachas that I'm playing for that month, which right now it's only Granblue. So, and just any general stuff I want to bring up about the channel. This Helog actually almost didn't happen today because I was not thinking about it at all. I kind of didn't realize the month had changed, to be honest, and I was doing a decent amount of stuff today, and it wasn't until it was like later in the night, and I was sitting and I was waiting for food, and I was like, wait a minute, it's the first. Aren't I supposed to do something? And I was like, oh yeah, the ticking Helogs. This month it's funny too, because July was a pretty packed month for me in general. But it feels like it went by so fast. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like the month of July has it feels like it's been super long, but it's been super like short at the same time. Like it feels like all the events, I guess it feels like all the events that happened went by really fast, but the month itself has just felt like it's been here forever. So it's kind of weird. But I did try and warn in June's Helogs that I was going to be doing a lot of stuff this month. So somehow a lot of it is actually Granblue related too. Granblue had a lot of stuff going on for like me. So we'll get into this and we'll talk about it. This one might be a little bit longer, but I don't have like a super lot to say, I guess. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Anyway. All right. So we got our notepad here. So first of all, 2 bars, 5 sands. So I got a decent amount of just like one-off random sands this month. I also ended up choosing not to buy my artifact rerolls again in July, just because I wanted to keep 50 sands. I was kind of hesitant about spending sands because I had been getting burnt out a little bit on the game and I didn't feel like farming more, and I didn't know how many would be needed for the Evoker Transcendence, which I still expect them to be used at some point during Evoker Transcendence, considering how much Monus drops sands. But they're not needed right now, so technically I don't have to save them. But I also just don't know how much I feel like farming sands, so I'm kind of just like being chilling on my 50 sands right now. So I don't know, maybe I'll buy them this month, we'll see. 2 bars. I actually started farming bars. It's funny. I know people are going to call me crazy, but unironically, I actually like spamming PBHL or Akasha or Grand Order more than doing Solo Monus. I wanted to get out of Solo Monus because I was really ticking bored with that mode, and I'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yeah, I just felt like getting away from it for a little bit, but funnily enough, the game mode did make me feel like playing Granblue more. I just don't want to play that mode. So I went back to farming bars, and I actually farmed 2 bars in PBHL towards the end of the month. So that's cool. But anyway, that's the bars and sands. So let's get into like the start of the month. So first of all, Anime Expo. So this Anime Expo was very interesting. This is the first time I've ever been to Anime Expo before, and this is the first time I've ever been to LA before as well. And I had wanted to go last year, but I ended up not going last year. This year I was like, I'm going regardless. I'm going. I don't care what happens. I'm going, right? So I ended up going, and it turned out to be very like Granblue focused, unironically. First of all, they had showings of Granblue Rising there. They had a Rising tournament there. They also had a lot of relink promotional stuff because of Endless Ragnarok that was coming out like right after. It was on the 9th, and it was like 3 days after Anime Expo. So they had a lot of promotional stuff for there. They actually had 2 Games boosts, which very much impressed me. If you've been around my channel for a bit, I've said that Games, in my opinion, they need to focus on things outside of Japan to really keep like Granblue like up there, in my opinion. So I would like them to start doing a little bit more stuff with content creators, myself included. Hello, hi. I know I rant, but hi. But I was very glad to see them have two different booths. Having two different booths was pretty big, especially since I was on the ground floor of Anime Expo. A lot of places did not have two booths. A lot of places did not have two booths, so I'm not sure how much that cost them. One of them also was like pretty much like when you came into that like that area, there was like side games like right in the front. Which was like I said, I don't know how much that cost them, but I'm glad that they did two booths. I like to see that non-Japanese representation as well. To go along with that, I also lucked out very heavily, but I could have lucked out harder, but I still lucked out very heavily. This was the first time, if you've been acquainted at all with Granblue's Granblue Fest or Extra Fest or anything like that, they have a whole bunch of official cosplayers. And this is the first time that the official cosplayers have been outside of Japan for cosplaying Granblue. There were also some that I think they went to France or something like that for another thing. But I lucked into seeing they had Beelzebub, Fediel, Cagliostro, and Lyria in Anime Expo. The reason why I said I could have been luckier is if I had gotten Zeta. If I had gotten Zeta instead of like Lyria or Beelzebub, it would have been literally perfect. That joint would have been destiny, fate. But honestly, I was very happy to see Fediel and Cagliostro. But I also like seeing Bubs and Lyria too. Another very special surprise with the Anime Expo side game stuff is Fukuhara. Fukuhara actually showed up to, I think they were saying this was his first Anime Expo in 3 years. So that was very crazy to see. And I also got to ask a live question. Now, I know some people are going to say this is dumb. And I will say, I mentioned this on stream. If I could go back in time, I didn't know that this live Q&A was going to be a live Q&A until like we already got there. I didn't realize that. So maybe I could have thought of a better question. My better question would be if they look at any content creators, whether Japanese or otherwise, and how much that actually affects their decisions for any of their games, really. Any of the Granblue related games. How much that actually affects. I would be interested in how, you know, Granblue versus like tier lists and stuff like that, how much that affects them changing things. Granblue Relink, just seeing, you know, what people want from content in that game, bug fixes, stuff like that. I would like to see how that changes. And of course, Granblue, you know, do the rants work? How much feedback do they actually take? How much stuff do they plan? How much stuff is just set in stone? They don't care. They're just going to do whatever. That type of stuff. That would be my question. But as you can see, that is a lot of stuff to ask Fukuhara, which I'm not even sure how involved he is in that stuff nowadays anyway. But that would be something I would be interested if I could go back in time and ask my question. But my question was, can he make Fediel in the earth element and make her Saikyo or very, very strong, the strongest? That's what I asked for, because then I would have Fediel and Shalim and Baija and Sarasa all in the earth element. Technically Cagliostro too. So yeah, I want Fediel Earth. I want Fediel Earth, and I want to be strong as crap. I will say, even though my question's kind of lame, I could tell that he got the message, because I literally said Saikyo. He got the message, and it did seem like it got a chuckle out of him, which I am happy about, as opposed to asking a question that he probably would have bounced off of. I don't know if he would have actually answered the content creator thing. Maybe he would have. I don't know. But I asked my question regardless. It was on the spot, but I thought it was still funny. I think it got a couple laughs. So yeah, so that was the side game stuff. But Anime Expo in general and LA in general, it was pretty cool. I've been to Vegas for for Final Fantasy Fan Fest 2 times. So I'm kind of used to those bigger cities, I guess, even though I don't live in those bigger cities. But LA did have a different vibe than Vegas. There was way less smoke and slot machines. Way less smoke and slot machines. But yeah, I mean, it was an enjoyable time. This was also the first event I've gone to where people recognize me as a content creator. Yeah, that's a thing. Whenever I've been to FanFest in the past, I've met my friends that I knew from Final Fantasy, but no one really knew me as a video maker. There were more people than I would expect that knew me as the yapper, the ranter, the blazing Mistral guy. I still don't know who the one girl that came up to me in Umiken was, that wanted to take our picture, but she called me. She said, "Are you the blazing Mistral guy?" Not the Earth guy, not the yapper, not the ranter. Are you the blazing Mistral guy? And I thought that was so funny. So I'm glad that that's what you got away. That's what you got from me. That was very funny. Because I did do the face reveal in the blazing Mistral, the the post Guild War Ramble for Fire, and I'm glad again that everyone liked that too. But yeah, so that was something. This is the first time I've really been recognized as a content creator. And again, I kind of did the blazing Mistral thing just because I thought it was funny. but I didn't know I was going to Anime Expo, and I was like, hey, this is a good way to kind of introduce myself. And I guess it kind of worked because again, she knew me as the blazing Mistral guy. So yeah, people knew to look for me, I guess. Which was it was something I was going back and forth with because I was like, I don't want to get stalked. I don't want to get stalked or anything, but I asked a couple people before I did that video, and they said, yeah, it was good enough for the bit, so I did it for the bit, and I think it worked out well. So yeah, so I want to get into a little bit of Anime Expo stuff. I have a couple pictures that I'm just gonna show off and give a little bit of story to. So the first one, I'm actually gonna steal this from Umiken. Because I realized afterwards that I did not take any pictures with her. Like I took pictures with her, but I wasn't the one that took the pictures. She was the one that took the pictures, or other people took the pictures of us. So I'm using hers that she had on Twitter. But yeah, this is the first Side Games booth. If you went like back here in the back, that's where the other one was. But this is where they had the official cosplayers, and the Granblue Versus stuff was like over there. Also, you could play Relink over here too. This one in the back was more so for their presentation, and for the Granblue Versus tournament. This is the first time I've actually met Umiken IRL. That was an experience. Umiken, thanks for dealing with me for like a week, I guess. It was a lot of fun to hang out with you. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this. But this venue was like huge. If you've never been to Anime Expo, this isn't even the half of it. This isn't even the half of this room. This isn't even the half of this room. It's a massive convention. It's a massive convention. I would definitely not guarantee. I would definitely recommend, if you're like an anime video game nerd, to go there at least once. You may or may not like it because it is very crowded, but it's definitely worth seeing once. And I wanted to see it once. And like I said, I just happened to luck into this year being very Side Games, very Granblue related as well. So this picture here, this picture. So for this picture, when I realized the cosplayers were going to be there, if you didn't know, during, I think, last Granblue Fest, I ordered a Fedial plushie, which isn't anything out of the ordinary. I just got a Fedial plushie because I like Fedial. But I also ordered, during Valentine's, the Valentine's cards. And this was the first year that I actually ordered the real life Valentine's cards. When I realized that the Cagliostro cosplayer and the Fedial cosplayer were going to be there, I had a Fedial and Cagliostro Valentine's card, and I was like, I'm going to take that with me, and I'm going to show it to them, and I'm going to show the Fedial plushie to the Fedial cosplayer. So that's what I did. I said I was going to do it, and that's what I did. So I did show it to the Fedial. The Fedial cosplayer, she seemed very happy about it. The Cagliostro cosplayer, she kind of got like caught off guard, I think, because I showed the Fedial cosplayer her stuff first, and then I went to Cagliostro afterwards, and I don't think she even realized that I had one for her. Also, by the time I went to the Cagliostro cosplayer, I think the security was kind of starting to close in on me. They were kind of saying like, hey, that guy's a little bit too close. Back that guy up. But I was trying to show them that it was the Valentine's card. And if you want to see the Valentine's cards up close, I do have a video from when I opened them IRL on stream. I cropped that video out, so you can go back and look at those cards if you want. But yeah, so I showed them to the, honestly, the only regret I have about this is I should have asked, I think I asked Umikin to take the photos. I should have just taken a video. I don't know why I didn't just take a video, but I only got photos of this moment, but I was happy to do that. Next, I took just a picture of all three of them. They had like one thing where it was like if you posted to social media, then you would get like a V pin. So I just took this picture of those three, and then I posted the picture so I could get my pin. Then this was also Sheep, Vibrating Sheep, the person that goes on Granblue EN for the unofficial Twitter account. He held a Granblue like meetup after like a lot of the stuff on like one of the days. I don't even remember which day, but he held a meetup for that stuff. And I went to that. Umikin was getting her cosplay on. She was doing stuff. Also, Umikin, shout out to her. She gave me this evoker thing that I could wear for the meetup. I'm not a cosplayer, bro. I was just wearing it, bro, because she brought it. But thanks, Umikin. But yeah, so we went to that meetup. Also, it was cool to finally meet Sheep. I don't really know if he knows who I am, but it was really cool to meet him. I have a lot of respect for him just in general because he does so much work for the Granblue community. For the translations and stuff like that. I have a lot of respect for him. Also, thanks again for the Folia pin. Because he had like pretty much you could buy these random pins and stuff that you could get from the Cygames booth, and then he kind of like bought those and was just giving out random ones, and I was the only person that liked Folia apparently, so I got the Folia pin. So thank you for that, Sheep, and again, it was nice meeting you. But Fukuhara actually showed up to this meet and greet too, and you got to take pictures with him as well, so I got to get a picture with him there, which was really, really cool. Really cool. So yeah, I don't know if Fukuhara knows who I am, by the way. That was the other thing I was going to ask about the, I teased that I was going to ask, I think I have a picture of it here. Yeah, I teased that I was going to ask about Wizard Origin. I was not going to ask about Wizard Origin. But I also thought about asking about the reference record thing, but I thought that'd be kind of in bad taste, so I didn't ask about that. But again, it was nice. It was nice to see him live and in person. It was cool to get a picture with him up close and personal. So yeah, that was really cool. And then outside of the Granblue stuff, I tried some different foods with Umikin. I don't try a lot of stuff. We went to this ramen place. I had never had like actual ramen before. We went to this ramen place. We tried ramen. I was stuck on what I was going to order. And I finally decided when we were looking online. And then when we went there and we got the actual the actual like menu, they had this Dragon Ball special, which was pretty much the same thing I was gonna order, but had like a different broth. And I was like, well, I don't know what either one of the broths tastes like, so I'm gonna just get the Dragon Ball one. And once you did the Dragon Ball one, you also got a random pin out of these three, and I got Goku. So that was my ramen adventures with Umikin as well. But yeah, so that's like Anime Expo. Again, it was a lot of fun, honestly. I said when I was there that I will probably never go again because it's a lot. It's a lot, especially over something like FanFest. It is a lot bigger of a convention. And for me personally, the thing about Anime Expo is, if you don't know this, it is very much a big store. That is like the point of the convention almost, is just to buy stuff or pre-order stuff. And the thing about it is I don't really buy a lot of stuff. The only thing I really bought for myself was I bought a Doobie, the VTuber Doobie wallet, because there was a 2-for-1 sale and Umikin wanted a wallet that was based off of Hosho Marie. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get the Doobie one. But yeah, besides that, the only other thing I bought was I bought a Demon Slayer thing for my fitness trainer because he wanted one, and I bought a wall scroll for my friend, which I won't say what the wall scroll is about just in case he watches this, but it was for my friend Spice, who couldn't actually make it to the event. He was gonna go, but he couldn't make it because work screwed him. So I said he wanted a wall scroll, so I bought him a wall scroll. So yeah, I didn't really buy a lot of stuff. So for me, the convention lasted like 4 days, 5 days or something like that. Honestly, I was good after like day 2. I was good after like day 2. Like I had pretty much seen everything I needed to see. That was pretty much it. Umikin kind of wanted to go to like some like Wuwa thing that she enjoyed, where it was like a Wuwa cosplay meetup. And then we had like this whole thing where we walked around the whole venue because they were leading around the little Wuwa character. Because they wanted to take pictures in random spots. So that was a thing. We went to Artist Alley, which Artist Alley is honestly crazy. It is jam packed. It is hard to even move in there. The rumors are true. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff in general. I like the hotel that we stayed at too, even though it was kind of like far away. I also didn't mention this. This is secret Helogs tech that I didn't mention in my post AX stream. But the bus lady. so if you've never been to like one of these conventions before, at least with Anime Expo and a lot of other conventions in general, they'll have bus shuttles that will take you from specific hotels to the convention and back. There was one bus lady that was driving from our hotel. And she was really freaking funny. This chick was like, she actually watched anime. People were asking her, like, what's her favorite anime? She said Solo Leveling for some freaking godforsaken reason. I don't know. She said she likes Solo Leveling, but she was willing to watch any anime. She also said that if you wanted to get her a souvenir, you could bring her a souvenir. She was not opposed to getting gifts. Funny lady. She did make the trips back and forth a little bit more fun when I got her. She also said that we had bus number 1. She kept saying, if you don't get on any other bus that's not number 1, because I won't come save you. So yeah, funny bus lady. I also want to mention too, I mentioned this in the post AX stream I had, but I also had a run-in with Kadaka from Danganronpa and stuff like that. So I had a solo mission day one day where I wanted to go to the Spike Chunsoft thing, and Umikin didn't want to go to that, so I went to it alone. It was solo mission day on that day, and when I was trying to figure out where the actual like hotel spot was for the event for the Spike Chunsoft thing, I actually passed Kadaka 2 times. I passed him 2 times, but I didn't say anything to him. I didn't try to ask a picture or anything. The reason why is because like literally on the other side of the sidewalk from where I saw him, there was a whole line of ravenous Danganronpa fans. And I didn't want to like call him out because it looked like he was really lost. And it looked like he was trying to find the hotel too, to find wherever he had to go. And I knew if I like stopped him, everyone was going to jump that man and he was going to be even more late. So I just said, I'll let it go. But then after I told Umikin that, she was like, hey, did you reach out to him and get a postcard? And I'm like, postcard? Apparently on his Twitter, he said, if you find me any of these days, say, can I have a postcard? And he'll give you 100-line related postcard. So I was like, God dang it. I should have just seeking talk to him. But I did see Kodaka. I saw him obviously at the venue, but I saw him like out in the wild too. The Danganronpa thing was also pretty good as well. They had the English voice actors for Nagito, Monokuma, Chiaki, and Hajime. They were all there, and they did some voice lines from the game. That Spike Chunsoft panel was also tied with a Steins Gate, the new Steins Gate remake, which did honestly kind of sell me on Steins Gate. I was kind of already sold because I'm pretty sure I bought the original Steins Gate on Steam when it was like super on sale, but I haven't played it yet. But them showing the new one did kind of make me want to play it. So at some point I'm going to play it. Some point I'll play it. But anyhow, again, there was a lot of other stuff that happened during Anime Expo, but I won't talk too much more about it. Just know it was a lot of fun. Again, anybody that came up to me in Umikin that was there that knew me from whatever, thanks. Honestly, it was pretty surreal because again, this is the first time I've been out and about for any of these events where people actually knew me, and potentially were even looking for me, to take a picture or talk to me or whatever. So that was cool. Thanks for doing that. But yeah. So anyway, moving on from the Anime Expo stuff, that was a long section. So The Wizard Origin rant. So I'm just bringing up this because I had this screenshot that I took on Twitter. So Wizard Origin, the first night we were at Anime Expo, actually, Wizard Origin came out. Leveling that was seeking aids, by the way, because I had like no Morganas whatever's saved up anymore. So I was hitting Thinking Kaongs. That joint was trash. And I was doing it on my phone, which was extra garbage. But me and Umikin, we stayed up and we watched DY as he was streaming go over it and stuff like that. I'm still, I've talked about this class a lot on stream, and I ranted about it. There's a whole rant video, so I'm not going to talk about it a whole bunch anymore. But it did come out. I'm still not the biggest fan of it. I know a lot of people are using it in solo Monus now, but I'm going to be so real. It feels like one of those classes where you're only really using it if you don't have hunting or you don't have phrase Velgar. That's the only reason why people are using it. I don't think it's necessarily like it's good for the mode, but I don't think it's necessarily like, oh my God, this is like the best thing. I think it's mostly just people don't have the illustrious weapons, so they're using it. Okay, cool. But I do. So I'm still not using it. The only thing I really use it for is the Cosmos full auto join that Belu made. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I still don't really like the class, to be honest. I don't think it's really that well built. It's just Mana Diver 2, but low-key kind of worse. Like it has its upsides, but it's still low-key just Mana Diver 2, but kind of worse. So yeah, Wizard Origin, that's the thing. Sariel updates, so this is just a funny thing. So I have these screenshots of stuff I rolled on Sariel. So pretty much I was trying to work on there was a lot of talk in my crew chat about the 0 button Akashas. So I was trying to fix up my Sariel a bit for the 0 button Akashas, and I just started rolling rings one time, and I got this ring, and then I typed in crew chat real quick, and I'm like, what's better for Sariel on the ring, stamina or skill cap? Because my old one was like the same thing, but it was skill cap, and I got this one, and they were like stamina, and I was like, okay, thanks. Don't check my Twitter, by the way. And then I started rolling earrings after that, and I was like, okay. My earring before this was like a stamina 11 or 12, by the way. And I rolled this supplemental instead. So I did the same thing after that. This was all in the same day in like an hour, right? I typed in crew chat. I'm like, what's the best earring for Sariel? And they're like, supplemental. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Don't check my Twitter, by the way. And then Rezi was like, okay, but what about your artifact? And I was like, oh, that's what you have? Don't check my Twitter, by the way. And then Rezi was pretty much like, don't talk to me anymore. So yeah, this was my Sariel update. Again, this was pretty much just for the Akasha stuff. I don't play like a whole bunch of Dark, but yeah, this is my new Sariel stuff that I have. So Endless Ragnarok. So I have my Fetio up here. I'm not going to talk too much about Endless Ragnarok because I could go on for like a long time about Endless Ragnarok. But I would say the expansion is pretty fun. But I think the main thing for me is I almost wish they would announce that they're going to continue updating the game. Because the thing, I think the biggest issue with me for Endless Ragnarok, I think the expansion was great. The expansion was great. The new fights were great. The Defy Infinity stuff, it's annoying as crap. Some of those bosses are annoying, but they're annoying in like they don't like piss me off kind of way. They're just annoying because they are strong. Some of them are really strong. Like Fall is really strong. Bubs is really strong. Hexa can be like stupidly annoying if your teams don't have thinking stun. That joint can be whack. But I think the expansion is fun. The reason why I say I wish they would announce that they're going to continue making content though is because once you kind of do the content one time and you kind of get the characters done that you want to get done, there is like very little incentive for me to keep playing outside of either playing with friends or just playing to play, essentially, which can be fun. I mean, it can be fun to just run the other stuff, but like, for example, right now, my Fetio is the person I knew I was going to main. By the way, do not call me a thinking bandwagoner. I said at the start of this joint that I literally asked Fukuhara if he could put Fetio in Earth. That was the one question I could ask, and that's what I asked. I really like Fetio, so I was going to main her whether or not she was good or not. It just turns out that she's like the most busted character. But my Fediel, I pretty much finished her. The only other person that I really wanted to try was Beatrix, and I built out Beatrix as well. I was kind of on the edge with Magliel, but I didn't really like the way Magliel played, and that's kind of how a lot of the other characters are, where it's kind of like, I might like them if I invest in them, but especially with like the master level 50 thing now, where you have like all the stars that you have to do, like, honestly, the sigils ain't even the hardest part no more. It's farming for the super busted summons and farming all the MSP for all this random crap, right? And it's like, I just don't really feel like doing that for characters. When my favorite character is just Fediel, right? I already have my favorite character and she's really good. So it's like, why would I even play anybody else outside of just trying them out? But there's no real like, okay, well, Fediel's bad in this fight, or Fediel, I might want other characters for stuff in the future. Blase. No, I don't know if there will ever be content again for Relink, so there's not really any point in me really doing anything extra. You know, I feel like I've already played the game enough now, so I've kind of stopped. I've kind of fallen off of the game. I don't really play it anymore. If someone asked me, like if Malik asked me, or like Tech or Kara or somebody asked me to play the game, I'll play the game. But you know, I'm not really playing alone anymore, to be honest. I pretty much got everything I wanted out of the game. Which, I mean, to be fair, it added an extra like 100 hours onto my playtime for that game. So you can't really knock it, to be honest. Like, again, it was a good expansion. But it's just, for me, I'm just kind of done. I'm kind of done with it. I got what I wanted out of it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much Relink, to be honest. That's pretty much Relink. All right, so next, Solomonus. So, I don't know where my Solomonus is. I'll put it here. So Solomonus, I did get Kame. I got Kame maxed out because he is the Earth character. Of course, I'm going to get the Earth character. I've been pre-farming a lot of stuff for future Kame, future Lobelia. I've also started pre-farming a little bit extra for water too. I've been playing a few more water runs off stream. But I've waited on Maria Theresa. I haven't taken Maria Theresa to 110 yet. I have enough mats to do it. I have all the whatchamacallit. I can actually go to the game for this. Like if I go to Solomonus right now, I'm level 77. If I go to thinking if I go to this, I can go to Maria and I can literally transcend her right now. I just don't want to. I want to save this. I want to hold on to this. Because I don't know how the restock on this is going to be, and how many of these we will need for other steps. So I'm just going to hold on to those for right now. But Solomonus, kind of like Wizard Origin, I've probably even more so than Wizard Origin. I've gone over Solomonus a lot. I still don't like this mode. I really don't like this mode. I really don't. I think it is very, very freaking boring. I think it is very freaking boring. It was boring from as soon as I started up. I did have a lot of trouble with it early on. I might just be stupid. But I think I've gotten enough of a hang on it now. Like if I go to my reference record, if I go to my reference record here, I have like all these pages of just doing it. So it's like I've done it, but I just don't really like it. I don't really like it. Honestly, for me, it's not even really the RNG at this point. Honestly, I feel like I've made a lot of my runs have very little RNG difference, to be honest. And that's kind of more so the issue. I feel like now that I kind of know what to build, I know what to build. And that's kind of the issue, because now essentially I'm ending up in a mode that takes like at least like 20 to 30 minutes a run. And I'm essentially just doing the same thing as going in. Like I'm doing the same type of thing as running like 5 proto Bahamut's, but it takes like 20 to 30 minutes instead. Like there's actually not that much variance. I run pretty much the exact same team every single time in both elements. I always try and do like the same thing for Earth. It's always start with Sarasa. I try and get Makra if I can, Raziel if I can. The main win condition is Reinhardt Czar. If I can get Reinhardt Czar, I pretty much already know I won. If I can get Kane's special buff to make it activate from the front line, I will, and I'll use him. If not, I will literally get an R character, Christmas Rackham, blow him up, and then bring in Kame and use Kame that way. Water, pretty much, I'm just going full on gun. I go in there with Reisvelger. I go in there with Ilsa. Screw Uno, by the way. That one loss you have is because Uno's a freaking dog water character. Screw Uno. I'm going full damage on freaking water now. I don't care about freaking defense. I'm just killing the boss. Water, I just go in with gun team. I just go in with Octavia, going with Ilsa, going with Gwen, going with Maria Theresa frontline, stuff like that. Run double Alexial. You can go through all the Deacon triggers, call it a day. That's how I just play. But like I said, I do the exact same thing every single time. I think some people with this mode, they're like, oh, well, you can experiment with different buffs. You can experiment with different characters. No, I'm good. I'm good. I just want to get in there, get my rewards, kill the boss, and leave and do the next run. I don't want to do no experimenting. I don't want to do nothing like that. I'm good. I will just go for whatever is good and kill the boss. So for me, the game mode was already boring when I didn't understand it. And now when I understand it, it has become more boring, more uninteresting. I really hope that this mode is not super needed for the future steps. I hope I was actually talking to Cajun yesterday on his stream about it, and I didn't realize this either until he said it, but the requirements for the mats to actually uncap the evokers is actually kind of low for the ones that are actually needed from this. Like, you only need like this and this, which is actually pretty low for these. So I hope they continue to stay low, and I hope they just bring in like other random mats like these or something that actually take up the vast majority of the farming, because I honestly just do not like the mode. I don't like the mode at all. It's just not fun for me at all. I don't enjoy it. Like, I've had some moments. I did beat Super Ultimate Bahamut one time, and beating Super Ultimate Bahamut, the buffs you get are pretty fun. I also wonder if there's any type of Thekin lore stuff in the future that your MC might get some crazy Thekin class that can do that type of stuff. That would be insane. But yeah, I've had fun moments in it, but it is not fun for me at all. Also, I want to bring this up because I don't know if he'll see it or not, but Kit, just for you, brother. Just for you, Kit. I think it was not this one. It was this one. I actually did use Yo in here, and she sucked. I did not like her in here at all. But anyway, I digress. I don't like the mode. I don't like solo Monus. I don't really think anything can make me like it besides just getting a skip feature where I could just not actually play the mode and I could just skip. Yeah, I just don't like it. It takes way too long and it's too repetitive. So yeah, I just don't like solo Monus. Anyway, moving on to Sparks. So I had 3 Sparks. So this was Osiris Spark. Pretty trash Spark, I'm not gonna lie, but I did get Atman and Osiris. Haven't used either one of them, to be honest, so I just sparked them because I'm a whale, I guess. I did have a Bleach Spark. I recorded like half of it on one of these things, and then I forgot, and then I like went over it with this one. I forgot to like update it. So for Bleach, I did get both the characters. I think I got like two Nels. I only got 1 Hitsugaya, and I got two Kisuke's, and then my Spark, I actually decided today that I was just gonna spark the 3rd Kisuke, just in case I do need to summon later, just to save the Sunstone over Shao, who is what I was gonna get, because I don't have that character. I don't have this guy. I don't have that guy. But I said that he's a subtixable. I'll probably never subtix him, but at least I can just get him randomly. I can't get Kisuke randomly, so I just said screw it, I'll just get Kisuke, even though I don't really think that summon has much place, to be honest. Then lastly, Gwen Spark. This was very recent. Gwen Spark. Yo likes me a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but I literally maxed out Yo's weapon on this banner. I also got more White Knights, which I did not need. I also got a Lodern, which is a waste of a stone because I can already stone him. I also got Sandy off my Scamcha, the actual Summer Sandy, which I did not have. And then I sparked Gwen because I did not get her during the rules. So that is my July. Again, it was very, very big, to be honest. Very, very big. Now for goals going forward, I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird spot where I'm kind of just, sometimes I'll hit bar raids, sometimes I'll hit sand raids, sometimes I'll do solo Monus. There is a decent amount of stuff for me to do, but I'm kind of just like wishy-washy on what I feel like doing in any given day. And I don't really have any goals for any of that stuff right now. I'm just kind of like hitting stuff just to stay active on the game, to be honest. So don't really have any goals. The summer stream is next Friday night, Saturday morning. I am planning to co-stream that joint with Tech Deck 22, so we will see him there. But hopefully the summer stream has some interesting stuff. We should see the characters and potentially the summon on the next banner, the next Flash banner, which will be the last summer banner, summer Yukata banner. Maybe learn about another collab or something. I don't know. Now that Bleach is pretty much done in one more day, I think. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Honestly, like I said, I don't really have any goals. I'm just kind of doing stuff, to be honest. So anyway, that is the Helogs for July of 2026. This one does feel longer. I don't know how many. I think I did like 3 cuts in this one, so this one does feel longer, but I don't know how much longer. But yeah, anyway, so that's pretty much that. We'll just keep cruising along. I'll keep streaming and stuff. Thanks for all the support on streams. People, even though I hate solo Monus, people have been watching a lot for the solo Monus. Thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for coming out for the Spark streams. Thanks for just the general chat interaction and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll just keep going on as usual and see what happens. So yeah, I'm rambling. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for the support as always. And bye-bye. Oh yeah, quick addendum. I just thought about this. The new Odius raid came out. I forgot already. The new Odius raid came out. I don't really know anything about building Odius, to be honest, but I will say this raid is kind of taking AIDS. Like, again, I was talking with Cajun about it a bit yesterday, and I've seen his Twitter posts about it. I'm kind of in the same ballpark where I don't really know how to feel about the difficulty, because it feels like one of those raids where it feels like Earth is very far behind. I'm not saying this is an Earth thing. I'm just saying it feels like if they continue down the same path, it'll be the same way with all the elements. It feels like my element is not really prepared to fight this solo. Even outside of full auto, it doesn't feel like my element is prepared to fight this solo. But if you do it with multiple people, it blows up in like 2 seconds. And for some reason they decided to put a 20% theking wall on this. I don't know why every theking Earth raid that I farm with Earth has to have some type of theking dumb wall on it. But yeah, at 20%, you just can't do damage until he does a theking trigger, and then you can go through it and then kill 20%. Theking annoying. I don't like that. I don't know why it's there, to be honest. I guess to save the raid from dying even faster, but yeah. I don't really know how to feel about it. I haven't really farmed it that much, to be honest. Like, I've gotten some drops. I haven't gotten a sand like all these seeking luck sacks, but I got some drops from it. Honestly, I haven't even been doing my dailies for it. I need to do my dailies after I finish the seeking editing, but I haven't even been doing my dailies. I kind of just don't really care. I kind of don't really care. It's kind of the same way as like Magna, where it's like I'll probably farm it out just because I like to farm out everything. But I am primal in water, so I don't really care. I don't really care about it. So yeah, I mean, at some point, I'm sure I'll make some type of solo content video for it. But honestly, we need some characters, some weapons, to be able to do my type of videos, which are like the solo full auto showcases. We're gonna need some work. We're gonna need some work before I can do that joint. So I'm not even bothering it. Just out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, it does exist now. So hey, that's the thing. Anyway, that's it for real, I think. So again, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.